So today I'm going to be doing tips and tricks that I would definitely have when going into cheer or like metro cheer, not necessarily competitive cheer. I've never done that before, but like metro cheer or like just like regular cheer. Okay, so here are some tips and tricks that I have definitely learned over the 2 years I've been cheering. This will be my third year of cheering, like this year. So the first thing, when you come to like a game or like cheer, like or just like practice in general, you want to have nice hair. Like not like nice hair, but like you know what I mean. Like you want to have your hair up in like a bun, like or like down or something like that. You definitely don't want to have it down if you have long hair because that gets in the way of when you're cheering. And plus, the coaches would most likely want your hair up because it matches the group. And plus, you like your hair when you're doing jumps or like tumbling or flying or whatever you are, your hair does not get in the way of that. You don't want to be like you want to interact. You don't want to be a quiet person while you're on the team because I definitely used to be this person and I would just not ask any questions nor would I talk to anyone. And there was this one girl that on my first year of cheering, like we went to school together and so I talked with her and stuff. But like other than that, I didn't really talk. And also you want to interact with your coaches too. So like if you're having trouble with things, just tell them like I don't really understand this. Like can you go over the cheer or the dance or whatever you're doing? And so yeah. The third tip is that you want to ask questions, which kind of goes along with what the last tip was. You just want to ask questions like if you don't understand a certain cheer or dance or your position that you're on the team, you definitely want to ask questions because I had a lot of girls last year that was not with the team because they did not ask any questions at all. And they just weren't like there and stuff and they had trouble and stuff, so they would ask other like teammates and like that's perfectly fine. But you definitely want to ask the coach too to like, just like go over it and they will definitely help you. Like coaches, they honestly, my coaches, they love to be asked questions because they like last year girls would get in groups together and then they wouldn't ask any questions about the cheer or like dance and stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really ask any questions last year either because I didn't like I was one of the older ones because last year due to COVID there were so many teams and they were just all put together and stuff like just randomly. And so I was on a lot of teams, like my team members, they were like team members. My squad was just, they were mostly younger except for 2 people. I mean, yeah, 2 people, and those were the 2 people that I was friends with. And we're still friends. So next one is that if you're at practice, don't wear any makeup because that is when you are like you can wear makeup and stuff, but I just don't do a lot of makeup while cheering like at all. Unless you're on stage, you definitely want to have some makeup on because when you're being judged, like I've never had to go on stage before, but like I'm just saying like if I had to, I would definitely wear, well, not me, but like other girls would probably wear some, but you want to wear like a little bit when you're going on to a game, but if you're on stage, you definitely want to wear it like a lot because if the judges are far away and they cannot see you, it just won't work. So the second thing is last year, oh my gosh, not like the year that I cheered, but before we moved here, the coaches kept going over on how much drama there was and how, oh my gosh, like that is the number one thing at cheer. You do not want to have any drama because that will mess up your like whole cheering thing. Like the coaches will see you different and stuff, and they're like, it just don't start drama at all because like you want to be nice to everyone, even if someone's being mean. Just like be nice to them or like keep your distance from them because if you start drama, that is going to affect what your team, squad, people, whatever, think about you, and plus your coaches, that will also change your coaches, whatever. Like just don't start any drama because you will get kicked off the team because I know like my coaches, they were really strict about it and there was not any drama last year, but there definitely was the year before that I cheered and there was just so much drama, but I wasn't like there when they cheered. So yeah. So the next thing is that you do not want to show up to cheer practice or a game and not be flexible at all, not have like nothing done. Like if you come to cheer practice late, please be ready to stretch and stuff. And because if you come to cheer practice late, everyone's on a whole nother page than you. And you definitely want to stretch before you come to cheer practice. Like that's a big thing. Like in the letter that we get, like when we're going to be fitted and stuff, they'll give you a letter and it says like make sure you're stretched before you come to cheer, so that way like if you're late or something like that, or traffic, you're stretched and no one has to go over stretches with you. Because I definitely know that the first 10 minutes of my cheer practice, because we had cheer practice for an hour and 30 something minutes I think, but they definitely they would let you stretch for like 10 minutes, and if you weren't there by the time they were done stretching, then you just wouldn't be stretched unless you stretched at home, of course. And before I went to cheer practice or like games, oh my gosh, if you come to games not stretched, because like people would just show up and not be stretched at all, because I would always stretch when I before I went to games or like before I went to cheer practice, just to make sure, like if anything were to happen. Okay, so the next thing is that you want to be with a group when you're doing cheers. You don't want to be that person that is just so off time. That's another thing that wraps around with questions and interacting. You definitely want to be with a group. But I understand if you're new and like you don't have anything done and they're just like throwing this at you and stuff, you have a complete reason to not be with the group. But like I'm just saying, and like when you're doing your cheers, try your hardest, even though like you might not think that the coaches are like paying attention, but they definitely are. Like last year, like when I go to cheer, there's this thing and they give out this spirit stick. Let me show you. This is the spirit stick that I was talking about, and they give this out to you because our colors are green, white, and black, and they'll give this out to you if you do like really good, because they like some kids don't even get it. Like if you have like 22 kids on your team or something like that, or like 18, there will only be like 9 of you that get it, because, or no, like 12 or something like that. Like just depends how many games you have. And if none of the team's doing great, like no one gets it. But yeah, I was the third person to get it, I think, because like the first 2 people, they were like, I think I missed the first, no, I didn't miss the first game. I think I missed the second game. And then I came to the third one, yeah. And so, yeah, I got this one. And that's what that is. And I think like a lot of coaches or like teams should definitely have this, because it encourages like the cheerleaders to like, like you want to look good and stuff. And when you're cheering, because you don't want to be like, oh, well, that's that person over there that doesn't like, try. And I had this one girl on my team last year, and she was really, really sweet. Like she was really, really sweet. And we were actually friends. We actually go to school together. But when she would like totally give up in the middle of the game, and oh my gosh, but I don't think she got spirit stick. I think she got it like once, and you can only get it once, which is the thing. So yeah. Last thing is that you want to be on time. When you're going to like a game especially, or cheer practice, you want to be on time, because that also affects the way that a coach looks at you or a squad member. And there would always be that one girl, like there's always going to be that one girl on your team that's just like, you're going to think it's not fair, because she will like never come, or like, like just won't come. And that's the thing, like you want to come. And like one thing that interacts with this is that you want to come even though you think that your team's going to lose, because I've had a year where none of like my whole football, like the whole year, no, we did not win at all. But like that's like, so like you want to be there on time and stuff. And even though you think you're going to lose, just like be there, because like, you want to root on the football players. And that was like half the reason, like that was not half the reason, but like that was like a tiny bit of the reason why football players do not like go together, or not. What am I trying to say? Like literally do well. And it's because you can, like football players, they can obviously hear, like they're not deaf, but like, obviously some. But like if you're cheering and like you're talking bad about your team, like that is not what a good cheerleader does. Like If you're a good cheerleader, you will never ever talk about bad about your team, even though your team might not be good. You never want to talk bad about your team because that could like get you in a lot of trouble, and that could affect the way a coach or squad member looks at you. So now we're gonna move on to stretches and stuff that you can do